1 and 8. There will be lessons to learn this year, and the lessons that you will be learning this year. With a 1, there will be ego attached to it. So there will be part of you that is being worked on. The ego self, the 1, it's like parts of ourselves that we don't necessarily pay a lot of attention to. We see it as, this is who we are, this is what we're about, this is what we do, this is how we act, this is how we speak, and we follow suit like that. That's who we believe ourselves to be, and that's how we continue to be. But when you have a 1, it means that that's being challenged, that in some way. I'm not sure which one it is, because 1 for me is Ace, 10, Jack, Queen, King, Joker. But there will be one of these things that are being challenged. It could be the Ace, which is like a rebirth that you're experiencing, and with the 8 next to it, it very well could be that. It could be the 10, which means that you're being challenged with the way that you're viewing things. The 10 tends to always think of, but what if? But what if? But what if this happens? And what if this happens? And what if it all falls apart? The 10 is really afraid of rejection and failure. So it doesn't really put itself out there to get things. So for example, with this 1-8, let's say you wanted a job. I'll do it with an example with each of the ones so that you can identify which of the ones it would make the most sense to you. And it may even be a mixture of them. So with an example, let's say you wanted a job, because 18, I mean, it's a nice place to get a job, isn't it, at 18? So let's say you wanted a job. With the Ace, it would be, the Ace is like a rebirth. So it would be like, there is this opportunity for you to be born again. It's like you are changing completely. It's like you were the caterpillar, now you become the butterfly. You're not recognizable. It's like whatever the job would be that you're going into is creating you to have a significant change with your ideas, who you believe yourself to be, the way that you think about life, the way it's all, everything. The Ace would be everything about you is changing. The 10 would be the what ifs. So you're being asked to focus on the what ifs. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if I'm rejected? What if I can't do it? What if it's asking you to not work from the negatives of what if, but what if it's amazing? What if I meet amazing people? What if I get more money than I could have even imagined? What if I get to explore the world? What if it's the best thing I ever did? What if, and in positives, focus on what you can bring into your world through positives, not negatives. The Jack would be that you, if it was a job. So the Jack would be, in negatives, it would be, if with no work and if you had low self-esteem, it would be, I can't apply for that job isn't really the one for me, I'm not really good enough for that job. But in positives, if that's the thing that you were changing, it would be, I've got this, I can do this. You would feel encouraged, you would be encouraging yourself to do it. The Jack is somebody that likes to encourage others, but it fails to encourage itself. If that part of you was changing, it means that you would become more encouraging to self. You would be uplifting self. You wouldn't be bullying yourself in the way that you had previously, but you would be lifting yourself up. The Queen means that you would be giving yourself more time. You would be sitting with yourself. When you feel really tired, you will remove yourself from other people and you'll give yourself time to recharge and take your time to recharge so that you feel energetic. In regards to a job, it would be, so instead of applying for any and every job, you're there working from this place of patience. It's you would work from a more inspired place rather than a fearful place. The Joker would be very similar to that as well. The Joker and the Queen with that kind of scenario would be extremely similar. And the King would be if this was what you were changing, the King doesn't trust itself. in negatives, in low frequency. It doesn't trust itself. So if you were looking for a job and that was the part of you that you were changing, it means that you would be looking for a job, but you would be putting energy into trusting what you're applying for, trusting that you're enough for what you're applying for, trusting that you've got this, trusting that it's yours already. There wouldn't be doubt around what you're working towards. And the 8 is universally inspired changes. It tells me that there's a manifestation coming towards you. You've asked for certain things in your life, and this manifestation is coming. With the 18, with the 1, like I said, there is this certain part of you that is changing, and the 8 is that the universe is bringing on this change. So there will be something that happens in your world for the 18. It will be quite significant. The 8 is generally something physical as well that comes into your world. Physical, I mean, it could be a job, it could be a person, it could be you going somewhere. It's something that is like tangible. And the universe is creating this thing to come into your world, which you have asked for, and it will be something that allows you to go through these changes, something that promotes these changes that you're going through, these ego changes. It's like an ego death almost, that part of you is changing. So once you go over this 8 of this physical thing coming into your world, that next step for you will be that you are someone different in some way. If it's the Ace, then a lot of you is changed. You won't recognize yourself. If it's any of the other ones, then there will be this particular part of yourself that you feel different. If you weren't confident, you become confident. If you were feeling tired all the time, you'll feel more energetic. Do you get me? So this year is quite a big year for you. The 8 can feel like everything's falling apart. Let's say you were in a relationship already and you were asking for more from your relationship, but your person can't give you more, then it means that that relationship would stop. That relationship would break down, and then it allows space for someone new to come into your world. But if you're so focused on this person that's already in your world and wanting that person, you'll be holding on to that person. Why did they leave me? I really want that person. I really want that person. But that person was taken out of your life to be able to create space for somebody that is able to treat you the way you've been asking, is able to give you what you've wanted. So it's not that your world is falling apart, it's that it's actually being built to create to create your world in a way that resembles more of what you've wanted, more of what you've been asking for. So yeah, the 8 is really beautiful. The 1 and the 8 together is a 9. So it also tells me it's very likely the Queen that you're working on with the 8 year, which is that recharging, and you tend to give a lot of yourself, you tend to care a lot for other people. And I say that because it's a 9 together, and the 9 is really associated highly with the Queen energy. It's what I always feel the most with the 9 energy. The Queen is somebody that's very caring and gives and gives and gives and gives and gives to other people. But there's a point that you get frustrated, you get really irritated and frustrated with other people around you, feeling like they're using you. And that's because you're coming from a place that you have had people around you that weren't very nice. They did use you, they lied, they cheated, they weren't very nice to you. And the important part of being the 18, which equates to 9, is that you have this opportunity to focus on nice people. You have this opportunity to focus on loyal people, loving people, caring people, kind people, people that are committed, people that are respectful, encouraging people. You have the opportunity now to focus on all these types of people, so that you let go of those people that haven't treated you the way that you deserve to be treated, so that as you walk forward, you're attracting people that feel really good to you and that help you to live your life feeling like the best version of yourself, and encourage you to be that version of yourself, rather than making you feel used and taken advantage of. So the biggest message for you with this 18 year Learn to say no, number one. That's one of your biggest lessons. Learn to say no. When someone asks you for something, like someone asks you to do something and you don't want to do it at that time, say no. You don't have to be just an outright no. If they say, oh, can you do this weekend? But you don't want to do it that weekend. You don't have to just say no. You could say, no, I don't really feel like it this weekend. I ain't got really time this weekend. I've planned something this weekend, but I can help you next weekend. It doesn't just have, you don't have to just cut people off, do you get me? But you're giving yourself the time that you need to be able to recharge yourself. So learn to say no and learn to recharge yourself. Stop working from an empty cup. Start filling your own cup so that you're working from a place of being full, overflowing, so that what you offer to others is the overflow, which is all from love. There is no irritation there. There is no frustration there. There isn't annoyance there. There is just pure love that comes out from there. Okay, they're your biggest lessons. The long way around. The long way around.